Welcome back to the news at 10. As state and federal authorities continue to seek alternatives to generating funds through oil revenues, people have been advised to explore other options of sustaining the economy, especially through agriculture. Tonight, our community report takes us to Rivers State, where some female farmers are making ends meet despite prevailing socio-economic challenges.
Now you're talking. This is Botem community in Thai local government area of Rivers State. Most of the people here farm to survive. Getting ready for the day's farming activities is a routine these women say they've done for many years. It's usually a long way to go, as these women and some men arrive at their farms. This 68-year-old woman believes more hands are better than two, depending though on crude implements to finish the job.
We are born on this thing for years. We goes to farm in the, let me say, by sun, by rain.
The distance from our farm to our community is long. It's about 2 kilometers, and we trek to the farm.
Elsewhere in the community, this plantain plantation is a source of livelihood for this man and his family, and is a good day as a bunch comes handy. Unyonkuru in Kana local government area of River State is also a long way through the bush path to the farms.
The government allow us to remain peasant from the colonial days to up to this time. And yet they still want us to produce more food, but yet they are not helping us in any form.
We need mobility, finance. What will improve our farming?
This agric expert tells me that the government must do more.
Labor, inputs, and then bad roads. These are the three critical things the government should address. The inputs should be made available. Right now, as we speak, a bag of fertilizer goes for 9,000 naira.
For the Commissioner of Agriculture in the state, there are articulated plans for farmers in the state.
So that's one of the plans that we have, to have what we call seed multiplication centers, and it's going to be a variety of crops. So if you want to plant okra, plantain, you don't have to travel too far. But again, we're also collaborating with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, and then recently they asked us to send them about 10 rural roads, and we're waiting for them to come and do those roads too, so that the farmers can have access.
Experts say that there is need for relevant agencies to ensure that all genuine interventions for the development of agriculture get to the real farmers. Now you're talking.
We're checking now on the latest from Rio and other sports stories with Ayotunde Balogun.
Yes, indeed, the Olympic flame has been received by Rio de Janeiro Mayor Eduardo Paes after being rowed across the Guanabara Bay by Brazilian Marines. The mayor will lead the final leg of the relay around the host city, traveling for some of it on the new VLT tram line built as part of the Olympic legacy. The torch has crossed 335 Brazilian cities and 20,000 kilometers of Brazilian territory before arriving in Rio for the Olympics. That's the ceremony, which kicks off on August the 5th. Pope Francis says the Olympic Games in Brazil will inspire everyone to construct a better world based on solidarity, tolerance and peace. The Pope said he wished the Olympic spirit may push participants and spectators towards acknowledging that, quote, we are all members of the same human family, unquote. Olympic and Wimbledon champion Andy Murray has been chosen to carry the flag for Team GB at Friday's Rio 2016 opening ceremony. The 29-year-old was picked ahead of the likes of boxer Nicola Adams and rower Catherine Granger. Murray, who inspired Great Britain to the Davis Cup in November, is the first tennis player to fill that role. As well as individual gold, the Scot also won doubles silver alongside Laura Robson at the London 2012 Games. Anti-narcotics officers in Peru have reported an uptake in the arrest of drug traffickers in Lima's international airport heading for Brazil. According to Peru's anti-drugs body, 92 traffickers have been captured at the airport. As drug surveillance steps up at Lima's international airport, so too do the efforts of traffickers to get drugs across into South America's largest economy, that's Brazil. According to the organizers, nearly 90,000 security officers will be on patrol in Rio, including over 21,000 soldiers and nearly 50,000 police officers. And that's a wrap in sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
U.S. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump has declared rival presidential candidate Hillary Clinton has been the founder of the Islamic State in Syria, ISIS. Trump was addressing a rally in Florida where he lashed out some more on the Clinton campaign and President Barack Obama. Meanwhile, his campaign has denied divisions within the party despite recent controversies trailing him. U.S. media is reporting his campaign is in turmoil, especially after he criticized parents of a fallen U.S. soldier. But his campaign manager Paul Manafort says that reports of trouble within the campaign are coming from the Clinton camp and that hundreds of people are still thronging his rallies. 300 people on board an Emirates plane were today evacuated and taken to safety after the plane crash-landed at Dubai International Airport and caught fire. The Emirates chairman told a press conference that evacuation procedures were executed professionally and the cabin crew were the last to leave the plane. The plane appeared to have landed on its belly. Passengers said there was smoke coming out in the cabin and people were screaming. They had a very hard landing. 13 people suffered minor injuries. One firefighter died trying to put out the fire. The aircraft is flying to Dubai from the southern Indian state of Kerala. The route is popular with hundreds of thousands of Kerala residents who work in the Gulf countries. And the main news again. Former President Goodluck Jonathan came visiting his successor in office today at the presidential villa. Dr. Jonathan told journalists after the half-hour meeting that Nigeria remains a strong country as a united entity. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.